it's been a really beautiful journey. It's I can say that this work is I'm proud of it the most. I say this after every album I make. I'm like, oh, this is my best one. But this one is the most timeless. Like, I've never had an album right before I released it where all the songs make me feel deep emotion. They all give me goosebumps. I all feel moved. I hear the voice, my voice, and I hear my guitar playing. I'm like, wow, I did that. I'm proud of that. Like, that's exactly how I wanted to sound. And like that 2 years stretch like allowed me to do all that. But yeah, I feel like it's the truth. It's my truth, and I listen to it and I feel as if I could listen to it 20 years from now and still feel the same.
How do you pick and choose which ones are going to be instrumental and have lyrics? Because you have a couple of those every album.
Yeah.
So like how do you know when it's like?
Sometimes it just starts right out along, like right on the jump. You know, when I'm writing it, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be instrumental, because it all comes from like that first idea, that initial spark. You're like, oh, this is gonna be instrumental. Sometimes I set out to do it, but with Road to My Love, that was a song where it was like, I had no idea that was going to be an instrumental. I was so pressed on having the lyrics. I thought that was going to be a song where I was going to lay it all down. It was all going to fall into place. But I spent weeks trying to get the lyrics the way I wanted them, to get my vocal tone right. And I was like, this is just not working. Let me stop going against the grain. Let's let it breathe. Let's put some guitar on it. And the chord progression is super unique. And it's like unlike anything I really wrote before. And it's so emotional too. And in a beautiful way, and the guitar it sings more than my voice could have, and it carries more weight than the lyrics could have carried, you know. But there's some instrumentals where like I'm on the verge of writing lyrics too, you know, because I just want to give it a try and just be like, okay, well, at least I know that I tried,
right? Or
at the end of it, I'd be like, wow, I'm glad I tried, because now it's going on the record.
Right. So then, so how'd you land on the lyrics? Because you wound up creating like a spoken word poetry type of situation. How'd you land there then?
You know, it was like I was adding in some vocal harmonies along like the musical. There's like a mellotron on the song, and it's like a symphony sort of vibe, and I wanted to add in some voice. I wanted to add in some vocal harmony. So I like laid some harmonies over top of each other. And I was like, well, it needs to do something after this. And then I was like, let's take the last lyric from the original verse that I wrote. Let's take the last line from that and just do a spoken word, because it really like ties in the album together, and it's a beautiful line, and I feel like it just sits so well on it. And I listened back to it the next day. I kept doing the car test. Like, I'm always sitting out in my truck with Bluetooth on, making different mixes, and to the point in which I was actually thinking about just bringing my computer in there, mixing it in real time. Because it's like, I think the car or truck is like the best way to mix.
To really hear.
It's a really great way to mix. I didn't even realize that other bands do that, but some people actually do a whole audio setup with a mixer and everything so that they can mix their actual record in their car. But
wow.
Yeah, I listened back.
I
listened back to it, and I was like, this is actually, it's exceeded my expectations. Like, I thought it was cool when I recorded it, but like listening to it the next day, I think it was like on my way back from like getting groceries or something with Carla, and we were listening to it, and I was like, wow, other than the bass needing to come down, like, this is so perfect. I was like so happy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just like fell together in such a synchronistic way, like. And I told her that it had spoken word, and her eyes lit up. She was like, oh wow, spoken word. Like,
yes.
You know, it's like kind of a little off brand for me, because I've never done that, you know.
But I think each of your projects, at least from what I've heard, each of your projects have had moments of things you've never done before.
They do. You know, that's very true. That's very true. They all really do.
You're good for that.
And I always like to hear like people's honest reactions about like how my music sounds together. And I wanted to make an album that was cohesive, because I know that all my albums, like some of them have songs on them where it's more like a collection of songs, but I wanted to do a concept album. But like Change of Weather was an EP concept album that was like all deliberately like to sound the same as Quasar. Double Your Fun was more of like a collection of lots of songs I wrote, and it has a lot of instrumentals, so there's no concept to that. Universe Boundless was a concept, and then Rising was a concept too. But this one, I really wanted it to be like the songs flow into each other. Now the cool detail on this is it's going to be like you're listening to like Dark Side of the Moon, where the song keeps playing, but you look at your iPhone and it changed. Like, it's a new name now, but it's still playing. It never stops.
And the chords progressing to the next song.
Yeah, so that's how a lot of the album is. It like flows from beginning to end without ever stopping.
So it's a movie.
It's a movie, essentially. Yeah.
Wow.